right, everyone, this is Tim with Online Big Blue. We'll bring you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. The roster is out. The cuts have been made. We now have an official Giants roster. Everything in this video is subject to change, because at any point in time, the Giants may sign any additional players and replace players currently on the roster. Please take all this information with a grain of salt. Thank you. All right, let's start here. We have 25 players on the offense. Daniel Jones and Mike Glennon are your starting quarterbacks. You have your quarterbacks. Of course, Daniel Jones is your starting quarterback. Saquon Barkley, Devontae Booker, Brightwell, Elijah Penny, and what's his name? Cullen, whatever his name is. I don't know if Cullen's going to be on the team, but you know what? We'll see. As our running back positions, tight ends are going to be Kyle Rudolph, Evan Ingram, Caden Smith. Your wide receivers. Boy, this list looks just like the one I said it was going to be. Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, Kenny Galladay, Kadarius Toney, John Ross, CJ Board, and Dante Pettis. Oh my God. To all the fans out there who just love David Sills, who kisses his picture every night and hangs it on the wall or tucks it underneath their pillow. I told you he was getting cut. You can't be your fifth or sixth wide receiver and not play special teams. CJ Board can play special teams. Dante Pettis can return kicks. John Ross can return kicks and has speed to burn if he can stay healthy. So we're not going to sit here and cry from the Argentina over David Sills. Oh, I missed you so much. David Sills. Oh, my God. I don't know how we're going to get through the day. Later on, we are going to be having a therapy session for all the David Sills fans. And to all the people out there who told me I knew nothing that I was talking about when it said he wasn't going to make the team 3 weeks ago. Screw you. All right, let's see what else here on the offensive line. We got Nate Solder, Andrew Thomas, Matt from Connecticut, Nick Gates, Shane Lemieux, Billy Price, Will Hernandez, and Ben. I don't know how to pronounce his name, Benderson, whatever his name is. The guy that we just picked up, the former fourth rounder in 2020. Both Ben and Billy. Billy Price, the nicest thing they could say about him was he went from bad to serviceable this year. Yeah, he was a former first-round pick and was 18. He's been in the league for a while. He's just a fill-in guy. That's what he is. He's a fill-in guy. We needed to worry more about the tackle situation. I was very surprised they got rid of Jonathan Harrison. Jonathan Harrison, to me, was a shocker because of the fact that he actually played well. And I could see them moving Nick Gates over to guard and then just letting Jonathan Harrison man the center position. Just saying. On the defensive line, well, I picked all these guys too. Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, Denny Shelton, Austin Johnson, and Raymond Johnson. Your linebackers, your giant linebacker core is going to be Blake Martinez, Reggie Ragland, Tate Crowder, Lorenzo Carter, Ojulari, O'Shane Zimenez, Carter Coughlin, Cam Brown, and Mr. Smith, who has yet to play. I love it because I remember seeing on Twitter how Smith was going to be the surprise rookie for the Giants. He could be defensive rookie of the year. Yeah, it would help if he can actually get onto the field. Just throwing that out there. Your safeties are going to be, of course, Mr. Peppers, Logan Ryan, Julian Love, Xavier McKinney. And your defensive backs are going to be James Bradbury, Adoree Jackson, Darnay Holmes, Sam Beal. That's a shocker. Aaron Robinson, Rodarius Williams, Crossan, and Josh Jackson. I don't know about Josh Jackson. I don't know about Josh Jackson, man. Don't know about Josh Jackson. But what are you going to do? Again, we're going to have Riley Dixon. We're going to have Graham Gano. And we do not have a long snapper yet. Aaron Robinson is going to go on the PUP. Ted Larson, Alex Bachman, and Austin Mack are going to go on the IR. Players released, of course, we're going to be Clement, Slade, Jonathan Harrison, Kenny Wiggins. Gonna cut Kenny. The dude from Minnesota who I said was worthless. But people are like, he's full of potential. You know what? For the contract they gave him, Minnesota wouldn't have let a premier pass rusher walk for that contract. Sometimes I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Ryan Anderson, I'm kind of surprised by that, but with the pop getting popped for Pete's, I can see that. Willie Henry, and then we also got rid of the long snapper. Those were released. Waived are going to be. We got rid of Lewerke. I'm going to miss Lewerke. David Sills. Damian Willis, to me, was a surprise. Oh, we got the music coming in early because I don't know why, because you know what? I wasn't paying attention. Damian Willis, well, that was a surprise to me. He performed well throughout camp and through his opportunities to get the ball. So, I don't know, kind of shocked by that. Matt Cole, Griffin Stewart to tight end. What's his name? Platzengummer. I knew Platzengummer was gone. I remember the first game when he ran 43 yards on that play. Yeah, you don't want to talk about the other 3 plays he ran for 2 yards or when he got run over trying to block. He's probably going to end up with the practice squad. Jackson Barton, Jack Burton, Brett Higgy. Man, I remember when we signed Higgy, man. Higgy was going to be the dude. Higgy was going to come in here and he was going to rock this shit. Oh my God. Sometimes I feel like I am the Sebastian of truth in a sea of diarrhea. David Moa, Willie Henry, Elijah Quarles, Devontae Downs. Yeah, Devontae Downs got cut. Yeah, no more Devontae Downs. Mondre Harper. Oh my God. Mondre Harper was another one. When Joe Judge picked him off the waiver wire. I know he stole him from the practice squad from the Raiders. I said he's never going to make this team. That was a year and a half ago. I said he's never going to make this team. He's athletic, but he can't cover. And that's a bad combination when you're a cornerback that you can't cover. He couldn't cover a bed with a blanket. And I think it's got shown. Chris Johnson got whacked. Jordan Peters. I mean, is the roster overly different than last year? No. Besides the rookies, and it seems like all of our rookies are hurt. I mean, yeah, you got Kenny, but Kenny's hurt. You got Kyle. Kyle's hurt. We don't know what we have in Tony. The offensive line is pretty much the same outside of Billy and Ben, but beyond that, I mean, it's not overly different. Yep. So I'm sorry about that. I had to cut off the mic a second. I had a family conversation. But the outside of the roster does not look incredibly different than last year. You're gonna have to hope that Joe Judge and the 4,968 coaches that we have has really coached up this team, because I mean, I'm not seeing a massive influx of talent outside of, Kenny and Kyle, who are both hurt. And you're going to hope that, even though he's played well, you're going to hope that Adoree Jackson plays like he did 2 years ago and stays on the field. I mean, your linebacking core, you got a lot of hopes and prayers in your linebacking core, and our defensive line, man. Our defensive line is just, outside of Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence, if you're relying on Danny Shelton, Austin Johnson, and Raymond Johnson to help control the edge, I mean, I'm still dumbfounded we don't have. This is like going back a couple years where we didn't have linebackers, and we never drafted. And we had, what is his name? Jack. I can't remember say his name. Williams, who had the 7th round pick out of South Florida. I mean, he played well for the Giants in the Super Bowl, but he wasn't going to make. He wasn't going to be part of the team for a long period of time. And if you just look at the defensive line, I mean, we don't have an edge. You're going to rely on people like Lorenzo Carter, Ojulari, O'Shane Zimenez playing the edge for you. And we saw so many times during the preseason, off tackle left, 15 yards, off tackle right, 14 yards. If you cannot control the edge on your assignment as a defensive end, you're going to hang your linebackers out to dry. And the problem is we do not have the depth and talent in reference to linebackers besides what we have in the middle of the field. Because I am a big fan. I like Blake Martinez a lot. I like Reggie Ragland a lot. I think Lorenzo Carter needs to show something. O'Shane Zimenez cannot play the run. Carter Coughlin, I think, is going to be a player. I said Cam Brown was going to make the team. So I like Cam Brown. I think he's done enough to warrant his spot. But like I said, we're not overly different from last year. You have to hope that your quarterback is different. You have to hope the offensive line gels, and bringing these two guys at the end, they're hope and prayer guys. Let's be honest. They're hope and prayer guys. Like I said, when the nicest thing they could say about him in Cincinnati was he's gone from horrible to serviceable. That's not good. And when your offensive line got your rookie quarterback killed, that's not good either. So, and I'm hoping this. I'm hoping Saquon comes back. I'm hoping Daniel Jones maturates and progresses. I'm hoping all of our injured players come back, and I'm hoping we have a good showing against Denver. I'm not going to give away what my Denver pick is, but like I said, I think this is an interesting roster. I think this is an interesting collection of talent. I think there's a lot of talent on the defense. I just don't see it on the edge or on the linebackers, but that defensive interior line and your secondary. And like I said, you're going to have a lot of guys in this, like they did last year, playing quasi-safety linebacker. Like I said, Peppers played like 78% of the box. Same thing with Logan Ryan. And I wasn't surprised Julian Love made the team because he could also, double back up as a corner. But like I said, beyond that, I mean, I'm not sitting here like blown away by the influx of talent that we're bringing in. It's a lot of it's from what we had from last year. We just have to kind of hope that it grows and maturates, and the fertilizer we put on the offseason makes it sprout into a beautiful flower. And you know what? We got to hope we win games with defense. Because, what my big hope is that the offensive line figures out a way to run block. And we can do, 4 yards a pop and then hit him with the play action. Because right now I think that's gonna be our saving grace. Like I said, the skill position outside of Shepard, Slayton, and Kenny, that's good. You don't know what you got in Tony. You don't know what you got in Ross. You kind of know what you got in C.J. Bourne. I'm kind of interested to see what Dante Pettis can do in a full season. They basically said in Cincinnati he wore his welcome out of there because he was kind of a knucklehead and did not learn. And the exact phrase was he did not pick up things quickly. He was there for like 3 years. So, and like I said, I don't think Price or Ben is going to do anything. I really don't. I mean, yeah, people will be like, well, let's hope they coach him up. Okay. I love it how people are going. It always reminds me of the Knicks. The Knicks would always go out and get former first-round picks, and they were going to coach them up. Yeah, and it's either you have the talent or you don't have the talent. Yeah, sometimes you find a guy that was in a bad situation that once goes into a good situation, turns it all around. But 90% of the time, that doesn't work out. But you know what? It's interesting. We'll do a more of an in-depth breakdown later. But again, this is Tim Online Big Lou, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk entertainment. And as always, if you could if you subscribe, ring the bell, news, that'd be awesome.